of the iPhone 16 Pro. Now, what I'm mainly going to talk about on this phone is the problems that I've had and the good stuff that's come out with this phone. Now, I've used this for about, I'm going to say for the last 10 days. And number one thing I have to say, if you have a 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max, should you go and get the next version? And my answer to that is no. Honestly, I don't really see the most much differences with this phone compared to the last generation. Now, yes, you get the action button, and that's really all I can really see that you'll actually be able to tell. Anything else, you probably won't be able to tell, because if I'd say anything, if you got a 14 Pro and under, maybe then you might feel a difference, because obviously you get the titanium now instead of the stainless steel. Other than that, man, I don't understand why you'd want this phone. If you already have a 15 Pro, just wait till the next. Your phone should be fine. If you're already having battery problems, then you probably still have a warranty, so you might want to go get that checked. But yeah, anyway, with the phone itself, now as everyone knows, you got the always on screen. I love the always on screen. It is so nice. Now, the phone itself feels. I'm just gonna check on do not disturb. I need to remember. I got it on action bar now, but yeah, it is a very smooth phone. So if you want to use the phone, and yes, it is smooth. The AI features are quite nice. I have the priority notifications on AI. The battery life is amazing, by the way. So if you go on the battery, if I go onto battery health, I've given it about 11 cycles, which is decent. It's not the worst. And obviously it should be at 100% capacity. Charging, I really only leave this to 100, and I've turned this both off. Maybe we should turn this on now. But I keep this to 100 because I like my phone charging up to 100. It is midnight now, so I have ended my day. But yeah, other than that, man, really look. So the battery on this phone is excellent. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing, yeah. Like even today, I've done a lot of USB-C accessories, and that's why my battery has drained quite a lot. Otherwise, man, this phone can literally run you so much. Apple Music. The only reason why it says, okay, I didn't know about 33 hours, but I was going to say the only reason why I was taking a lot of battery is because normally what I do is I plug in my AirPods Maxes into the Type-C. Now, for the people that don't know this, if you have AirPods Maxes, you now get lossless audio via Type-C. So just plug your AirPods Maxes into the Type-C port down there, and you can literally listen to Type-C audio. I know, it's crazy. Lossless audio, sorry, through Apple Music. So literally, I'm going to show you how to do that real quick, actually. I might as well during this video. Let me see if I can find it. There you go. So, I've actually turned off Dolby Atmos right now. I'm going to put that to all Mac, but I did turn it off for a little bit. So, if you go on audio quality, and then you go on cellular streaming, you got high-res lossless. I'll put it to high-res. You can only support normal lossless, but fuck it, I'll turn it on. And obviously it will consume more data, but if you got the unlimited data plan, obviously that's not really a problem for you. What else would I want to say? Connectivity wise, this phone, I haven't experienced a problem. What else can I say maybe? To be honest, I haven't experienced much problems for me to come under really. There's not really the most problems with this phone that I've really experienced. Connection was okay. The Wi-Fi connection was okay. I've never really had a problem with that. The 5G was working. It was working excellent, like it should. My music was loading. I never really had a problem. This iOS 18 is perfect, by the way. I don't know. Let me know if you've experienced any problems, because I haven't. I'm trying to figure out, is there any problems that I might have missed with this phone? What haven't I spoken about? The cameras was amazing, actually. Now, I've got a couple pictures. I'm going to put up the pictures now. And let me know what you think of the pictures. Okay. So first thing we're going to talk about is the design and the build quality of this phone. Now, as I did say, it was titanium and everything. Now, the titanium holds up great. I've never really had a problem with it. It feels... I'll give it this. If you come from a stainless steel iPhone to a titanium, you're gonna... I'm gonna be honest. The titanium feels less premium than the stainless steel. In my opinion, the stainless steel feels more premium, like more expensive type phone. You get the shiny sides on it. You get the, you don't, instead of this brushed metal. This is a fingerprint magnet as well. I mean, feeling is still premium. It's not a shit feeling. It's not like plasticky or something. It's more premium. It is a premium feel because it feels like metal, and metal feel does always feel nice on the hands. The weight on this, because this is a more, hold on, hear me out, yeah. Next year, there's no way I'm getting a Pro. I need to get the Pro Maxes. Maybe I'll get the normal one in the Pro because I'm not really a fan of the Pluses because I don't see the point of getting a Plus and a Pro Max. But I'll get one small, one big, so I'm going to get the Pro Max for next year. But yeah, literally, the weight on this is very light because it's a Pro. The size is a small phone. I like big phones, man, and this is too small for me. Just for my liking. So yeah, the screen, obviously, I can't remember the pixels off my head, but it's a nice screen. It is a nice screen. It's an OLED screen, and so it's better than LCD. The brightness and the visibility in the sunlight is crazy good. Now I must say this right now, when I was honestly look, for people that have the 13 Pro Max and under. You put your phone in the sunlight, yeah. You know when you have to like cover the fucking screen and shit because you want to see the screen because you can't see anything? You're never going to experience that problem on this phone. You know when it's mad cloudy sometimes? When it's mad cloudy but it's still full fucking bright, yeah? You pull out your iPhone 13 and you can't see shit. You pull out this phone, the fucking screen is bright. I've actually had this problem when I had the 13 Pro Max and the 14 Pro Max came out, yeah. I had this problem with the screen let me start again. When I had the 13 Pro Max, yeah, I had the problem with the screen, yeah, that my screen was very dim. And then I remember the guy I had a 14 Pro Max that I was talking to, yeah, he was some business owner, innit? We were talking about some shit, about money and shit, and he pulled out his phone and he was about to show me some stuff, and I saw it and I saw his phone. I was like, what the fuck is so bright? I didn't want to. Obviously, when you're talking about a different conversation, yeah, you don't want to split in. Your phone's so fucking bright, mine's like dark, obviously. But I had my brightness on max and I could see the screen so nice. The 14 Pro Max and the 15 Pro Max and the 16 Pro, all of them, they had that nice bright screen. So yeah, that is crazy. Trust me, visibility in the sunlight, you ain't gonna have a problem on this one. Now the refresh rate is at 120 FPS. Really, I know you won't be able to tell in the video, but that is a smooth screen. Like I can literally sit here, it's butter soft. The phone is on low battery, but because it's not on low power mode, you won't really find the problem. So yeah. Now the processor, I'm pretty sure this features the A18 Pro chip, and probably has about like 16 gigs of RAM, I think. Pretty sure, yeah. Now, if you're multitasking and shit, like, you ain't gonna really have a problem with this. I can't lie, you won't really have a problem with this, like, in anywhere. Like, if you wanna, like, I'm talking about generally. Now, we're not gonna go into benchmarks and see how much, like, it scores against another phone. Now, we ain't doing that. We're just gonna talk about generally for the daily use. Now, the processor and the RAM, it does feel fast. I mean, the old phone felt fast, so I don't use my phones that heavy to the point where I'll notice it being faster than the other. What I do like to do is sometimes I edit my videos on the iPhone. I do prefer doing it on the Mac anyway. I just do it here and there. I do edit on the iPhone, and I did edit my last one because I just had to put 2 clips together. I literally edited on this phone and it processed like fine. So I'm pretty sure the processor and the RAM is perfect. So yeah, gaming and shit, I don't really play many games on this, but when I do, I don't really see a problem, but I don't really play like any high intense games. Maybe I need to get into that to get a proper review out of this. Doing all that shit, yeah, fucking around with it a little bit. the battery's crazy. Like, the battery is quite crazy, I can't lie though. Now, charging wise, I don't really see a difference in the 45 watt. I have a 70 watt brick, by the way. Now, let me show you. So, normally I do use a 20 watt brick on a day-to-day basis. But I have this here. I have a 70 watt brick here. This is 70 watt. Yeah. So, I have a 70 watt brick here. And genuinely, I can't really tell the difference. Really, I can't really tell the difference. Maybe you might get, like, I only charge it on that when I really think I need it, but yeah. So, you know, that's perfect. Obviously, you've seen the camera, the rear and the front quality camera is crazy good. Like, I'm just gonna throw out there that it's good, but I'm not really the biggest person in pictures. I take normal pictures. I'll take normal pictures of my cars and shit. Like, I don't really fuck around with camera quality like that. But genuinely, the camera in low light and everything is perfect. It's amazing. You know what I mean? The video quality is crazy. You know, I have put out 2 camera tests, and literally that quality on them videos is literally crazy. Like, I love the resolution I got. So I think I'll put one out on 1080p 30 fps. The thing is, the ProRes one, yeah, I got someone that could be done on ProRes, but I might try and see if I can do a higher version of ProRes. The only problem is right now I need to connect an external hard drive, but I actually do have a couple of hard drives. I'm just lazy to use them. So yeah, maybe if I'm bothered, I'll do a ProRes little video and we'll put it up on the YouTube and see if YouTube can get me a nice video out of it. But if not, then oh well, no big deal. Obviously, you got the portrait mode, you got the ultra wide and macro. I don't really take any photos in portrait and shit, but maybe if you guys really want to see that, I'll try and start taking more of them pictures. Just let me know if you really want to see that. And maybe we'll try and use some portrait mode, the ultra wide and the macro lens and shit, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah. Now, the software is crazy nice on this. Like, I mean, it's iOS, man. The one good thing about using iOS over Android, it just works. That's the thing with Apple. It works. All you know when you open up this thing is it's gonna be expensive, but it's gonna work. That's all you gotta know with this. As you can see, like, literally, it's an easy to use phone. That's what you get with Apple. It's not like Android where it's hard to use. It's easy to use, and that's one thing. I like Android as well, but you gotta give Apple that. It's easy to use. Now, obviously, we don't have fingerprint sensors or whatever. We only have Face ID. So, I mean, the Face ID I've never had a problem with now. I think if you were in COVID days, then you might have wanted the Touch ID, but literally, you don't need Touch ID no more. But they brought out the feature that you can use Touch ID with a mask after Corona, after the masks got, like, taken out a little bit. Then they brought out the Face ID with a mask. Like, no one gives a fuck no more. You know what I mean? Like, we give a fuck anymore. You know what I mean? It's got widgets and shit, but you know, we all seen that. Now, the speaker quality is lovely. Now, we know it has no headphone jack, which, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing, yeah. I went up to the Apple store, I was like, yo, I need a Type-C to USB cable. And these men have to ask questions about that shit. They're like, that's a weird question, you know, no one's really asked that. I'm thinking, how? How has no one asked for a Type-C to a USB? Now, I've got nice, you know, I want nice quality coming, you know, from my car and shit, you know. I normally prefer an Apple CarPlay and shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, these men want to ask right now. These men are a bit crazy about it, I don't know what. Obviously, because they ain't got a headphone jack or nothing. I mean, I'll be real, I'm never going to use the headphone jack anymore. I'm not going to say I'm never going to use it. I will use it because sometimes you want that nicer sound, yeah, and headphone jack is the only way to go. But, I mean, other than that, it's not like my need. So I don't mind using an additional adapter now for the headphone jack. It's not like I need it anymore because we have gone over to Bluetooth. So, because have you heard that saying that you want sometimes you take one step back to go 2 steps forward. Have you heard of that saying? Like, it's like investing, man. You got to put maybe you might want to put like £1,000 down. Now you put $1,000 down. That's a whole rack. Now you put a whole rack down. Yeah, you're taking 1 step back because you're losing money right now. But then you might make 2 racks for that. Now you took 2 steps forward. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes you gotta bite the bullet, and then, you know, it gets better because with the iPhone 7, they obviously took out the headphone jack, and then after they brought out AirPods. So it makes sense why they took it away, but not biggest deal. The mic quality is excellent. Apple, you never really fail us with any mic quality on the AirPods and even on the iPhones. We're never gonna have problems. Now, as I said, the 5G is excellent. Never had a problem. The Wi-Fi, I don't have Wi-Fi 6, 7, or whatever the fuck they offering. I don't have that shit. I think I have Wi-Fi 6 actually. I might be lying. I think I have Wi-Fi 6. Sorry. Take it back. I have Wi-Fi 6E and it's working. That's all I can really say. Now, is this a dual SIM? No, it's an eSIM and a physical SIM. We can have two eSIMs. I don't use two SIMs on one phone. I prefer only using one, so you know what I mean. So I'll just get. If I need to use another SIM, I'll go get another phone. I'd rather do that than use two SIMs on one phone. And like I said, I've never had a network issue. Look, now this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, the price is 1,000. Now, if you want that's the base model, let's be honest, no one's gonna be chilling with 128 anymore. You need to get a 256 or higher. So you're paying about 1.1. Now if you want the Pro Max, that's 1.2. Now you might be like £200 more, but it's only 200. But that starting storage is 256. Now if you get 256 on the Pro, that's 1.1. You get 256 on the Pro Max, that's 1.2. So you're only paying $100 more, and you get a bigger phone. And trust me, I prefer having a bigger phone. I don't know with people. Some people like small phones. I don't like small phones. I do not. Nah, I don't mind it. But in my day-to-day life, I prefer having a bigger phone because I like doing everything on a bigger screen. So yeah. I mean, and if you're comparing this phone, you know, this phone's a fucking major shot. Like this shit, yeah, you know, you ain't gonna beat Apple like that easily. You know what I mean? So it's gonna sell really well. It's even with the 16E that I'm just refusing to buy. It's good. I know there's gonna be a market for it, just not me. I'm not the market, but I don't want to be the market either. That's why I'm trying to avoid buying it at all costs. But there is a market for it, definitely. But you know what? I literally, I'm gonna be honest, I do love the phone. I love the way it is lighter now. It does feel different now compared to the stainless steel. And I do like, sometimes you gotta change it, innit? I do like changing it up a little bit. I love the dynamic island. I love the always on screen. I mean, we've had that, but do I like the action button? I mean, it's there. It's there. It's like a world star button, man. You gotta click there. You gotta get the fight. You know, if there's a fight happening, yeah, you ain't got time to be fucking around. Oh my god, let me see on Instagram, yeah. Alright, look, let me see on Instagram. Look, I'll plug my own Instagram in. Yeah, let me see on my Instagram, yeah, and let me. Oh shit, there's a fight. Oh, fuck. You know what I mean? You can't be fucking around like that. You gotta instantly press that button, and it's gotta take you to the camera. I'll put mine on Snapchat, but but like you gotta instantly go over to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say back on my Instagram, there's a fight. Oh shit, there straight away. No playing around. You're onto your Instagram. You're onto your Snapchat, and you're already snapping in. You're gonna put it in the story and fuck around. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have it, but should you upgrade the whole iPhone 15 if you have one? If you have an iPhone 15 Pro, should you upgrade it for that? Nah. Nah. No. Absolutely not. The battery on this thing is crazy, but nah. Nah. That is not, it shouldn't happen. But I'm going to be honest, with the battery with this, yeah, if you have if you don't like big phones, you're going to love this battery. Because this battery is crazy for a small phone, I'll be real. But if I was gonna say what should they improve? Change up. Look. I know what people are gonna say. Yeah, don't you know? I know. Look, I'm all up for the saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now I know it ain't broke, so that you shouldn't fix it. But man, my phone does not look different to someone else's phone. Now, that's what I want to redesign. But honestly, I don't even know what they could redesign. Like, this is the iconic iPhone, the way it looks. Now you see the Samsung. Got the camera there. You know what I mean? But that's the way Samsung looks. That's why you like it for a Samsung. But you know, it's whatever, I guess. But who would like this phone? Everyone. Everyone would like this phone, really. If you like Apple, you'll love it. Genuinely, you would love it. But yeah. I mean, that's about it, man. I ain't really got much to talk about this. So, yeah. That's about it for this phone. The phone's amazing. It's 100% a go. 100% you gotta buy it if you like it. You know, this shit's crazy, bro. Trust me. And you know, I gotta say, when it comes to Apple, yeah, they don't really disappoint like that. Maybe with the iPhone 16e, but that was more of a cash grab scheme than fucking around. Because I want to touch on this more than, you know, when people are actually gonna go out and buy the 16e. But in my opinion, genuinely, just go onto Apple's thing, store and go to certified refurbished. And how much does a 16 you go for? 600 and 600, isn't it? Alright, look, here you go. iPhone 15, 589. Like, it's a bit stupid now, isn't it? Like, the fact that they're actually selling it. I'm trying to find a pro phone. Alright, look, 13 Pro Max, 679. And in my opinion, you gotta look, you gotta put something out, yeah. Sometimes even the look of the phone matters. Now the 15 looks better than the 16e. That single camera, yeah. If you have that, you're sure you're gonna get roasted. I'm sorry, but if you have the 15, you know, you ain't gonna get roasted, man. Them two cameras are quite nice, you know. So that's the thing. You gotta think about the cameras as well. But yeah. Anyway, this is my opinion on the iPhone 16 Pro. Let me know what you think of this, and let me know what your critiques are, because I want to actually know, because sometimes there's shit I ain't said in this video that I like to agree with. So if I agree with it, then I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't mention that. You know, I had that same problem as well. You know, I should have mentioned that, and I might just heart the comment. I actually heart all comments that are nice. So, you know, you know, I always read my comments. I don't fuck around. Like, I don't just leave. I always read them and I always reply. Otherwise, there's no point of me really doing the videos if I'm not gonna reply to the comments. You know what I mean? So I try and always reply to all comments. Right now, you know, channel ain't really big enough to be, you know, missing comments. So I reply to all comments. So yeah, just hit me up and let me know what you think of this one. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.